Russian dips take a reliable and proven classic and add a little bit of a twist. Now, I'm not one for overcomplicating movements. If a movement works, then stick to it. No need to add a social media variant. But what the Russian dip gives us in terms of benefits to the muscle up transition is fantastic. That moment where we move from a pull up to the dip in a muscle up causes a world of problems, and Russian dips allow us to work on this element while simultaneously developing our triceps and shoulders. So today we're going to go through how to correctly perform the Russian dip, as well as going through how I would incorporate this exercise into a holistic program in terms of getting and nailing that muscle up transition. Okay, so right off the back, the barrier to entry for the Russian dip are not that high. All we really need to do is to be able to drop down into a low dip hold. In the standard dip, we can build a lot of muscle risk-free by taking the elbow to about 90 degrees flexion, but with the Russian dip, we have to be comfortable with dropping the shoulder far below elbow height. Dips are infamous for causing pain across the sternum, and so towards the end of the video, I'll give you tips on how to handle that specific problem when it comes to the Russian dip. Diving right into how we perform the Russian dip though, we want to start in the top of a dip, shoulders down and back, getting that chest out and proud, and we want that head to toe tension that we always like in calisthenics. From here, we're going to lower down into the dip with the shoulders to sink below the elbow, and as we do, allow the elbows to drop back along the parallel bars, letting the meaty part of our forearms sit along the metal with our body line just behind our elbows. Now, to get back up, aggressively pull ourselves forward and shift our body weight onto the hands. This will allow us to pivot at the wrist, and we can drive back up from here. If your bars are low and don't allow you to get your feet off the ground, I suggest tucking the legs in. We can still get value from this as long as we continue to be intentional about creating that full body tension. All this sounds really simple though, but there are some form cues that we need to abide by in order to ensure that we're not just wasting our time with this exercise. Let's start with what's happening at the shoulder. It's important that the shoulders don't sag at any point during the rep. The majority of the force for this movement is driven through them, so we want to avoid getting lazy. Keep the scapula depressed and away from our ears at all times. And we also want to avoid chicken winging, so bringing the arms one up after the other. This is our body's attempt to make getting back up more manageable, but we cannot afford to do this. We're taking the shoulders through quite rapid internal rotation to get back up to that starting position, so it's important that we don't chicken wing or excessively flare the elbows out to the side, as doing this will cause impingement problems over time. In fact, when I was filming the how not to do this, it genuinely felt like I was about to throw my shoulder out. When it comes to regressing the Russian dip, it goes without saying that the standard dip is an absolute must. Performing our dips with deep pauses at the bottom of each rep will prepare us for Russian dips, as well as conditioning the sternum for dealing with the stress in that area. I would also suggest pairing this with shoulder extension stretches at the end of each session, again, just to make sure that we're acclimatizing ourselves with that deep position in the dip. In terms of progressions, I really wouldn't recommend doing Russian dips with additional weight. Instead, try to slow the movement down, particularly that transition part of it, as ultimately this is what this variant of the dip is aiming to develop. Now, you might be wondering, standard dips versus Russian dips, which is better, especially in the context of learning to muscle up? Well, when starting off, I would leverage dips as a priority, get stronger at lowering into the dip, get better at exploding out of the bottom of a dip, and entertain adding weight to them. And then once I had dips on lock, I had got to the point in my muscle up journey where I could pull at least to the lower part of my chest, and I just needed a little bit more assistance with navigating the transition. Then I would program in Russian dips to give training a little bit more specificity. Crowd, use Russian dips to your advantage, particularly when it comes to navigating that transition element of a muscle up. If you're looking for a structured program on how to muscle up, then click the link down in the description below and join the hundreds of people getting their first muscle up. And if you want to see how I learned how to muscle up back in the day, then check this video out right here.